Hi, welcome back to my channel. I think this is now the third attempt I'm trying to record. I get constantly disrupted by any other phones here around me and my wife. Anyway, let's start this. And welcome to all the new ones I haven't been before on the channel. So, my name is Jens, and I live here in beautiful Western Australia. So what I have in this video this time is little things I've done to my pond and the filter in the last couple of weeks, and it's mainly it has to do with my aeration and what I have been feeding during the winter and the mix I'm giving my koi's, and at the end a little update on how my pool is progressing, the swimming pool. So yeah, we're coming into spring now. The pond temperature is warming up. Yesterday we had the temperature was 18 degree, so we had a few really warm days. 29 degree 2 days ago. Yesterday was 28. So we're coming into spring, summer, and it's very nice. So, but yeah, what I've done a little modification or changes to my aeration. I had a little rethink about how I'm aerating my pond. For all of you who are following me and followed the channel, how I did the rebuild of my pond, will remember I'm not the biggest fan of having the air in the pond, so I had an air chamber inside the filter. So yeah, this air chamber I changed. I don't have that anymore. I put a BCB basket in there to trial something for the summer about nitrification or get the nitrates on. Just a little trial. So yeah, and yeah, down in these clips you will see what I've changed about that. I'm now having more aeration in the pond, and I'll switch you around. Okay, we're back, and yeah, the front bottom drain here in the front is only on a very low setting, just a little bit to keep it going, and the bottom drain over here is basically on full. Plus, underneath the bridge I installed an air curtain, and yes, you will see I changed it. When we go on the clips, you will see I did a few changes even on that air curtain, and I installed a tiny little air curtain in front of the skimmer that is timed set with the feeder so that no food can go in the feeder, because I took away the feeding ring. It annoyed me from the beginning, but lately where the fish have gone bigger and grown, you're bumping each other when they feed. So yeah, these are the little changes that are coming up in the video, and I hope you will enjoy it. Hi, I'm back. Today I'm doing just a little modification on my pond and the filter. Nothing really dramatic. I just decided to put a little air curtain into the pond, and yeah, I'll just turn you around and I'll explain what I have in mind, what I'm doing. So hang with me, please. Okay, here we're back. So you can see on the table is a little air wing. This one will replace the stainless steel air diffuser I put into the static filter media chamber. So what I'm doing is putting this one over here into that static media chamber, and then the stainless steel diffuser rod that's in there, that will then come and go. I'll put it over there under the bridge where my two returns are flowing. So it comes under the bridge so it doesn't disturb me too much in the view, and the air is evenly distributed throughout the pond. So I'll show you. So at the moment I have both of my air domes on. This one very slightly, and I'm intending, and that is running from, I think it was 10 o'clock in the morning to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. These two over here is a bit stronger turn on, because I decided to run the air now a bit more inside the pond. Changed my mind a bit, and that's why that air curtain I want to put underneath the bridge in front of the two returns. That will run all day or 24/7, and it'll be supplied with the air that comes from the moving bed. So I still have this one there that's currently doing nothing, and the air pump I'm using, it's an 80 litre. It's running a bit warm, so it's basically, I'm not using all the air that's coming out efficiently enough. So I decided just extend this one and put the air curtain under on it. That 80 litre high blow should work perfectly. And yeah, I don't know if I ever mentioned it in my previous videos when I changed it and I put this PCB basket into the air chamber. So I stopped having an air chamber. Not that I didn't like it, it was just I wanted to put this PCB basket in and see if it will help me in summer with the nitrates a bit when I start the full feeding. So, and there's so much air going into the pond at the end of the day. I mean, you have that moving bed, got the static media that gets a slight aeration, plus everything in the pond and the air curtain. I think I'll have plenty of air in the pond. So yeah, this is what I'm planning to do today. So I'll come back to you when I change it around. Yeah, see you then in a bit. Okay, this is the air bar, the diffuser air bar out of the static media, and I used it originally as in my air chamber. So now I'm putting it into the pond, and yeah, it will do me as a air curtain under the bridge. So yeah, come back to you in a few minutes when I installed it. Hopefully it all goes to plan. Hey, just one more thing I wanted to just share is that what I'm feeding at the moment during the winter and to the end of spring is I mix two foods up. One is the Sake Hikari balance. One mistake I did, I bought the large pellets, a bit big for my fish, they're causing a bit much waste, but we learn from that, and the next one will be the medium pellet. And then I mix it together with kiramaki, if I pronounce it correctly, I'm not sure, kiramaki or similar. It's a high spirulina mix and medium to small pellets. So I put them here all in the bucket, and yeah, you see the big pellets are the Sake Hikari, and then the small ones are the spirulina ones. It's a high concentration of spirulina, and yeah, that karamaki is pretty good food. And they compare themselves, I think, a bit with Sake Hikari, with the food waste conversion ratio. I say about that their food does, what does it say? Yeah, digestibility and absorption will be about 78% compared to X brand 41%. I don't know about that, but I can confirm that it doesn't create more waste compared to the Sake Hikari. So yeah, that's my taking on it. Honestly, even the Sake Hikari is much more expensive. It's about a third more pricey than the karamaki. I still would keep feeding the Sake Hikari. Shame is that we can't get the big bags here where you get in England or in all over Europe, the 10 or 15 kilo. I don't know what the big ones. We are, the maximum is this 5 kilo. But yeah, my goal this year is to feed Sake Hikari balance and growth, and maybe give it a trial with mixing it up with the color food from Kiramaki. We'll see what it does. But yeah, I just mix it like a lot of people in the bucket, half, and yep, the koi love it. So yeah, smell wise, both of them smell similar, pretty fishy I would say, but yeah, they're good koi foods, and I'll keep doing this way till I find something better or different. Okay, that was just a little sharing of what I feed my kois, and I can only confirm, yep, Sake Hikari is a pretty good food, probably one of the best. I would love to try the one they use in continental Europe, the Konishi #1 food. That's apparently very good, but we can't get it here in Australia. So Sake Hikari and the Kiramaki. Okay, see you next time. Bye. Okay, what I forgot to say before was the reason I had a rethink about the aeration. There's a few YouTubers and other information I read on the internet about aeration in the pond, and yeah, it made me think that I might not have enough aeration in the pond. I mean, if I would have left the air chamber on, I could have gone away and not have the bottom drains and the air curtain in my pond. But I cancelled that air chamber for this basket. So I was thinking about that I need need to install some sort more air into the pond. And I'm not a fan of the bottom drains with the aeration, because you sit at the pond and you can't see your fish. So they're good in theory, you know, and they're very effective. Do not dispute that fact. It's just you lose the view of your jewels in the pond. The fish or the koi's you grow and you raise and you care for. So that's, well, I really like the air curtains when I saw that on YouTube. So that's the reason why I put a air curtain in, and all the other information I found on the net was that because we have this small environment in the koi pond, plus all the biological filtration, we lose a lot of oxygen in the pond if we're not aerating enough. And that is where my rethink comes from. I want offer my koi's the best environment I can give them, and that of course means I have to give them enough aeration, oxygen too. And I just don't. I want that they thrive and not just survive, like someone else said. And yeah, there's a little bit of the background why I choose to change my mind on the aeration and put much more in and have an air curtain plus the bottom drain. One of the bottom drains full bore, pumping air in. Okay, I hope that was a bit informative for the reasons I choose to go back to have air in the pond. And the one thing is that the bottom drain and the air curtains, they run on two different power circuits. So if one circuit trips, there will be always one air pump putting air into the pond. Same with the normal pumps, the circulation pumps. So I need a complete power outage of the house, or say the town here, that nothing works. Otherwise, I have always one power circuit running. That was very important when I got this the electrician to wire my pond up. I have two circuits running, and if one trips for whatever reason, there's always something can always trip one of your appliances in the pond. Then at least one circuit still runs, so I have air and a circulation pump always running. Okay, that was a bit of background on my air change. Okay, see you next time. Hi, welcome back, and little update on the pool build. I'll start with the block work. As you can see, got the first 1.5 rows done, and yeah, most of the time was just setting everything up, getting the right angles, everything square and plumb. Yeah, and of course drilling the holes into concrete to get these reinforcement bars in, put a few into the concrete, so that the block work on the bottom is very tied to the concrete slab, so any pressure that builds up on the bottom it gets a bit caught with the rebars. Otherwise we have all this rocky and clay ground behind it that will be all backfilled and will work against the pressure from the water. But yeah, that's my little update, and I have to pay a huge respect and take my hat down to all the bricklayers out there, and everyone who thinks they have an easy job and they get money for just putting a few rocks or bricks down. No, it's not. It's much more behind that than just putting a few bricks on the ground. Just getting everything nice and square. It's quite it's a bit of science behind it, I would say. And yes, they learned it. They did their apprenticeship with that, and basically their income. But yeah, it's quite a bit behind it, and just setting up and learning how to use the string line to get it all nice and straight. That's the first time I actually did brickwork that way, and yes, it was a challenge to understand how to set the string line up and get the correct tension on. There were quite a few googling and YouTube videos watching how to do it the right way, but I think I got there, and so far everything is nice and straight and plumb. And yeah, I'll give you another update when I finished the block work, and then the next big task will filling in all these blocks with concrete. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye till then. Okay, quick little update. This is how far I got with the pool. Started with the steps in the background, and yeah, it's up to height. It's probably a bit deep. It's 1.55 meters deep. Yeah, I didn't realize it would look that deep when I planted. Or maybe I should have gone one row of bricks further down and just made it a bit longer. Anyway, it's done, and I'm happy with the result. To be honest, it's nice, straight, and yeah, those holes you see in the background, I will close them up when I come back. That were the gaps I had when they didn't line up, and I didn't want to cut each brick every time, so maybe a mistake. I did a few, but then decided I'll just close them up when I finish. So next week when I'm back, we will do those holes, fill in the blocks with concrete, put floor leveler in, of course finish the steps, and then let it dry and get ready for fiberglassing. Okay, then till the next update. See you.